Live from WOWT, First Alert 6 starts now.
Well, good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us here on First Alert 6 streaming. I'm Cerise Cole.
And I'm Erin Hartley, of course, always joined by Jarrett Lansford and the Senior Chief Meteorologist, Rusty Lord. The wind makes its grand return today. It would be an otherwise fantastic forecast.
That's the thing. We'd probably surge well into the 50s, but what's happening is it's a cold front and the wind, it's going to cause temperatures to plummet quite a bit. Let's show you when that happens. Now, we're out the door to the 30s. That's pretty good. We had a high of 35 yesterday. We've lost 4 degrees here during the overnight. So we're about 31, south wind at 10 miles per hour here. Feels like temperature down in the 20s, so you still want a coat. Unfortunately, you're going to be heading to work and school and back from work and school in kind of the same weather with the cold temperatures. The warmest part of the day happens right in the middle while you're at work and school. 31 right now, a lot of 30s. Notice though, 40 in Norfolk. Going to see a pretty good spike here in the next few hours as we're on the south side of this system. It's bringing a lot of snow through the Dakotas, through Minneapolis, and then down towards Chicago. So I'd check flights to Minneapolis this morning. A lot of snow falling there. Could be a problem later on today. Chicago over towards Detroit with any flights heading that way. Look at the latest wind gusts up to our northwest. Some spiking near 50 miles per hour. It's a little taste of what's heading our direction. I think for most of us, we should stay below 50 miles per hour with our gusts, but they're going to get close at times. And that means today's your trash day. Tomorrow's your trash day even too, with the wind persisting overnight. You're going to have some tipped over bins, I think, with this because of the northwest wind. Now, here's where we're at. 7:30, right around 30 degrees. By 9, you're going to still be in the low 30s. There's the front that's going to bring the wind with it. Even after the front passes, I still think we can spike up into the 50s, low 50s for maybe about an hour. So that's what you see as the high for today. You're thinking, hey, it's going to be a great day. Well, that's by noon. And then the northwest wind kicks in. We're down to 41 by 3 o'clock. There's the northwest wind whipping a few more clouds down to 31 by 5 o'clock with 20s to the north, and those just keep pouring south. Hints at maybe a few flurries in west central Iowa. If you're north of I-80, watch out for a couple of those later this evening, maybe during the overnight, down to 21 by 10 o'clock, and we just keep falling from there through the teens. And yes, the wind will still be going. By early tomorrow morning, we could rival the coldest air we've had so far this season. The coldest low is 9, and I think we'll fall off to about 10 or so by tomorrow morning. You can see down into the low teens, and we're only going to rebound to about 26 or so for the afternoon high with some clouds trying to get in the way. A cold day. Be mindful of the wind chills tomorrow morning. The worst of the wind chills will probably be right around 6, 7, 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. And yeah, those could be below 0 for that final day of school before kids start their winter break in most instances here. Near 20 at best, I think, for the wind chills tomorrow. So that's going to sting a little bit. We're going to go from the 50s all the way. Yeah, I know. I'm not a fan of it either. That's not a fun forecast to round out the week.
Yeah, so the temperatures are going to plummet.
Yeah.
How long are we going to deal with that? How long is this cold snap going to last?
If you want to look at the bright side, it's short-lived.
Oh.
We're going to warm up pretty quickly. The winds will die down during the day on Friday, so that's good news. So the strongest winds are going to line up with the coldest air on Friday morning, but then they'll back off and we'll go to 26 for the afternoon high. Then 34 on Saturday, 41 on Sunday, and back up to 46 on Monday. So if you still got a little Christmas shopping to do, it's not going to be unpleasant this weekend. And actually warms up pretty good on Monday if you're doing a little bit of that there. Then Christmas Day itself up to 47. You'll notice 40s likely all the way into that final weekend of the year here. So no big cold snaps after that one day tomorrow. And if you're looking for the next chance of precipitation, it's probably some rain on Thursday, the day after Christmas. We'll talk about that, and we'll show you, again, another recap of where I think the biggest travel headaches are going to be here coming up in a bit over the course of the next week.
Okay, Rusty, thanks. In the meantime, we're hoping for not any major travel headaches for today as people kind of go to work and go to school. You're talking about a situation on 80, though.
Yeah, we had this crash that happened a little over an hour ago at this point, and it's still causing some issues as you're making your way near 144. Okay. So let's check that area out and give you the latest on what the situation is. And it's a little interesting because at first you may say, well, this is on the shoulder. Why is this a problem? Well, people are seeing the emergency lights and checking up as you would do, and that's kind of causing some delays as you're heading eastbound just past this area. You can see we maybe have a semi and a car that were involved with this crash. That's what's going on eastbound. Now westbound, we've had some delays at times as we switch over to the map here, and we are looking at, as you're heading westbound, some delays as you're trying to get to the exit, things backing up on the ramp and then leading to delays westbound at times. So this area right near 144th is where we're seeing our biggest issues as we start off the day. That's not even including what's going on 144th with some of the delays that are happening right near that interchange. So keep an eye out for that. Be mindful that you may need a little extra time to get through that stretch than you usually would take in the morning hours. JFK has had some delays that have been showing up as you approach I-80. These starting to look a little bit better than they did about 5 minutes ago, but still showing up in that area. And we've also had some delays on Chandler right off of the JFK as you're making your way eastbound toward that interchange and then closer to Fort Crook interchange. You've also got some slowdowns that are showing up. And then as we make our way into Council Bluffs, another classic one for this point in the morning, right at Highway 92 and Harry Langdon, starting to see the first signs of some delays right near Lewis Central. So keep an eye out for that as you head out this morning. Elsewhere, no big issues that we have when you get outside of those, but definitely looking at that area right near I-80 and 144th being the big problem spot. So we'll keep an eye on that. Hopefully we'll be able to, while we're in the stream, say that that has cleared and things have started to improve, but we'll keep you posted.
All right, we appreciate it. Jarrett, thank you. We do have an update to breaking news that we brought to you yesterday here on First Alert 6. Fire crews are describing the scene of a vacant house fire in Midtown.
They tell us firefighters originally got inside the house to put that fire out. They had to move back outside when they realized the ceiling was starting to fall in. The house's windows were boarded up, and OFD believes somebody found a way to get inside, leading to that fire.
Evidence that there are some people that had been squatting in there at some point, and the neighbors had also said that it appeared that homeless people were using that to shelter from the cold.
Now, no injuries were reported, but one person was taken into custody. It is unclear if they'll face charges. OFD stresses if you see evidence of squatters in a vacant home, you should call the Omaha City Code Enforcement. Well, the man accused in a string of package thefts across the metro made his first court appearance. The thefts date back to November 2nd. Alec Cowan was also in court for a separate felony warrant. He waived his preliminary hearing for both. The judge set bond at $300,000. Investigators are still looking into what led up to a 6-year-old girl getting shot and killed.
This happened near 33rd and Reddick. Alani Barfield was taken to the hospital where she later died. Douglas County Attorney Don Klein calls this incident a tragedy. He says he still does not understand how Barfield and an 8-year-old got their hands on a gun.
How does a 6-year-old or an 8-year-old get a hold of a loaded handgun, semi-automatic, and do the damage that was done here? Where's the person who should be a responsible gun owner that was the owner of the weapon, or who's supervising these kids at the time to allow something like this to happen?
Officials tell us there were more children in the home at the time of the shooting. They are wards of the state for now.
I'm here with Maria Kate at the safety desk, and Maria has a warning for many of us who are ordering gifts online right now.
I know when we hear about these financial scams, I think a lot of us think of maybe a scam targeting you through a call or a text, maybe an email, but this is something that is actually showing up to people's houses. So you definitely want to be aware of this. Now, if you get an unexpected gift that you didn't order in the mail from Amazon or a similar company, you're going to want to look out for this. Experts say the gift will have your address, but it doesn't include your information. And when you open up the package to see what it is and possibly who sent it, there is a QR code inside that they want you to scan to find out who sent the gift, but you don't want to scan it because once the code is scanned, it's going to redirect you to a phishing website to try and steal your personal and financial information as well. And they call this a brushing scam. I had never really heard of this, having that in-person targeting. So it seems like people are finding out new ways to, unfortunately target everybody.
And That's so deceptive, right? Because it's coming to you. It's at your house, so you think,
absolutely.
Always got to be on guard.
Yeah, experts say if you do get a package like that, though, you want to tell U.S. Postal Service. They have an investigative team that's looking into this, and they can start something and hopefully help you out.
All right, good to know. All right, also you have some very interesting information about life expectancy here in the U.S.
Yeah, this is some good news, actually. There are experts who are saying that this is actually hitting levels that they haven't seen since before the COVID pandemic. According to the CDC, the life expectancy is rising nearly as quickly as it fell during that time. So life expectancy was 78.8 in 2019, but it dropped nearly 2.5 years by 2021. The expectancy rose more than a year the next year in 2022, and new CDC data shows it increased nearly another full year in 2023. So the people who were born in that year are now estimated to live 78.4 years, according to the CDC. And they say that this improvement is because of lower death rates in each of the 10 leading causes of death. So those are all going down as well. Things like cancer, COVID-19 deaths, drug overdoses, heart disease as well. So good news all around there.
That is good news. All right, Maria, thank you. And we'll be right back after this short break.
All right, welcome back. Time now 7:14 on this Thursday morning. We are talking about windy conditions as we get later on to the afternoon. So if it's your trash day, could see those cans overturn when you come back home.
Just a lot changes during the day today. You got a south wind. It's not all that bad out there this morning. And, well, you see 51 in the forecast for the high. Well, the wind's going to take that away in a hurry. We're low 30s here to start off the day, and we're going to warm up about 20 degrees from this point as we're south of this storm system. Pretty good amount of snow falling to our north. Not a problem here, though. And we'll take temperatures near 30 and take them up to near 50, but that happens near noon. That's the warmest part of the day today. Then look at this. By 3 o'clock, we're down to 41. We just keep plummeting. Wind chills will be much colder than that because of the northwest wind that'll be howling here as we go through the day. So a south wind here to start off. By noon, look at this, gusting up near 40 to 45 in several spots, maybe even topping 50 miles per hour around the Norfolk area and some of the surrounding counties. Notice some of those stronger gusts near 50 try to sneak near Columbus. Those will keep dropping to the southeast, the northwest to southeast wind. Remember, when we talk about wind direction, it's always the direction it's coming from. So wind out of the northwest today, still howling by 3, 4, 5, and 6 o'clock. Same story near 7. And it doesn't really relax much until we get deeper into the overnight. Gusts near 35 by 2 a.m. Keep on falling by early in the morning. Gusts near 30 to start off the day tomorrow. And that's going to sting a little bit because that's some of our coldest air right there. By later on tomorrow afternoon, those numbers will be dropping off. So the first alert forecast up to 26 for the high tomorrow. We're down near 10 to start the day tomorrow. And with the wind still gusting, that puts our wind chills down in the single digits below 0 to start tomorrow. At best, they get near 20 later on in the afternoon. So here's your Friday wind gust forecast. Tomorrow still gusting near 25 to 30 in the morning. So that's going to sting with the coldest air starting off that final day of school. for the kids before they start winter break, but the wind gusts should back off into the afternoon, thankfully. And it's just this one little cold day here. We'll rebound pretty well on Saturday, start 17, double that to 34, and then 41 Sunday and up to 46 on Monday. So overall, looking like it's just a one-day cold snap. Boy, is it going to sting, though, as that northwest wind starts to gust later on this afternoon. So be mindful of that. You see 51 right there. That's very deceiving without some context. That happens around noon, and then the temperatures fall off.
So don't be fooled. Yeah. All right, so we are less than a week away till Christmas. What's the latest on your Christmas cast, Rusty?
Yeah, let's talk about it, because next week doesn't look all that bad. A lot of 40s, Christmas there right in the middle. A lot of highs in the 40s, morning lows that barely dip below 32 in several instances. That little rain chance you see right there for Thursday, that's about the only thing threatening the area. Here's the snow moving to the north over the course of the day today. It goes from Minneapolis, then tonight it heads towards Chicago and Detroit. That could impact flights tomorrow morning. Double check those locations. And then a pretty quiet Friday, pretty quiet Saturday and Sunday. Another little system scoots Minneapolis to the north as we head into Monday. That could give a white Christmas to some folks to our north. Pretty quiet on Christmas Eve. That's Tuesday. Christmas Day, not looking bad either. But Thursday, late Christmas Day into Thursday, brings a rain chance. Now, again, that's about a week away, but that's the next chance of any precipitation that could impact our area. Could signal the start of a little busier weather pattern, and you can see wetter than average weather possible as we head towards the end of the year. But likely to be warmer through the end of the year as well. So again, we show you this every day, give you the latest update. Basically, it means a lot of 40s for highs the way, and maybe we can sprinkle in a 50 in there every once in a while. So very mild end to 2024. I like to sprinkle there.
Yeah, give you some of that.
All right, we're hoping the roads stay pretty mild as far as crashes. You've been talking about this one on I-80. It's still an issue.
Yeah, this crash happened a while ago, and we're just seeing now that we're picking up traffic, the issues are picking up as well. So let's take the latest look at this. This is eastbound right near 144th, and look at the delays that are showing up now. As you're making your way toward this, we're starting to back things up a fair bit as you're going eastbound. And this is out of the lane of traffic. If you can focus right there is where the crash is in place. But notice how everyone's just kind of really slowly making their way in that direction there. So not real great with how things are moving through that stretch. Let's look at the map and give you a sense of what that's looking like. You can see those all the way back past the 144th interchange now. So if you're maybe somebody who doesn't want to mess with this at all, you could always use 370 and work your way off to the east and then wind your way back up and again at Giles. But it's just not a great motion that we're seeing through this stretch right now. Westbound does look a little bit better than it did earlier, but eastbound really seeing those struggles still in place. JFK showing the same slowing on the ramp, though the backups have improved. Those were back down toward Q. And still Highway 92 and Harry Langdon showing some delays as well. So not a lot of change with those areas. I have been watching Blair High right near 680. We've had a couple of some delays that have shown up from time to time. A little slow there right near 90th and Blair High as well. Kind of a sign that we're just getting into that point where a lot of vehicles getting on the roadway. And we'll keep an eye on that, how things are moving. Saddle Creek and Leavenworth, by the way, if you haven't driven there lately, it is moving better than it was, but construction does continue there.
Making progress. All right, Jared, thank you. Speaking of travel, another busy travel season is upon us. Epley Airfield is asking you to prepare, though, to ensure a smooth journey. Two of Omaha's busiest air travel days are tomorrow and Monday. Officials are expecting to see a similar number of passengers going through Omaha as last year. If you are flying, check out their online maps for navigating Epley during construction. You know, there's been a lot of construction. They also want you to reserve your parking at least 12 hours ahead of time. Just go to Fly OMA. They said that will help out travel as well.
Yeah. All right, bringing miles of smiles to millions.
How you could be the next hot dogger to drive the iconic wiener on wheels when First Alert 6 streaming returns.
All right, want to fill your resume with some baloney? I don't know, maybe. Oscar Mayer is hiring Wienermobile drivers.
Okay, what do you guys think about this? The company is looking for 12 people to travel all over the country for a year. This is a full-time gig. So while sharpening your social media and marketing chops, you'll also be responsible for driving and maintaining this. It's a 27-foot-long hot dog on wheels. See, they look happy about it. You can apply right now through January 31st if you're interested. Would you guys do something like that? It'd be an adventure.
Do they sell hot dogs from the mobile?
I think it's just a promotion.
Okay.
Pictures with it. I love how they were like advertising the job as you're getting to learn advertising and marketing skills.
You do.
Which is true.
You should have
I guess
opportunity.
you're an ambassador for the brand.
Maybe you would relish the experience.
I knew it was. I knew somebody was going to do it. I knew it.
Must have heard about it.
Can you
Better
imagine
catch up if you want. No, okay. I had to do it too.
Oh my Lord.
No, don't leave.
Can you imagine the blind spots with that thing as you're driving?
Have you guys seen it?
I have seen it.
It's been around town.
Okay, I've never seen it before.
Well, if I don't come back after January 1, you know.
Well, no.
We know.
Left the life for
a year.
Hey, before we go, we have to give a big shout out to the Husker volleyball team in the Final Four today. Remember, we have the late match. It should be around 8 o'clock. We have the second one. Trying to beat Penn State this. One day we'll be on the same.
She's a local. You can't
She's
play
local.
her.
No, I understand that. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. You can watch our update on today's show here on streaming or on the air. Until then, have a great day.
See ya.
Live from WOWT, First Alert 6 starts now.
Good Thursday morning, everybody. It is 7:26. I'm Cerise Cole.
And I'm Erin Hartley. We have an update to some installments on I-80. We'll get a check-in with Jarrett this morning.
Yeah, we were having problem moving through this stretch after a crash that happened quite a while ago. We were telling you about this earlier on Daybreak, and it's right here. It's on the right shoulder. You can see the emergency crews on the scene, but as we've picked the traffic up, things have gotten slower through the stretch. You can see the delays now eastbound extend back past the 144th interchange. So first alert to things being slow, and you'll need some extra time to get through that stretch. Otherwise, it's just some other areas that have some delays, including the JFK as you're approaching I-80. You zoom things out, you can see those are the two areas that really jump out. Highway 370 as well. You're 36 heading westbound.
All right. Thanks, Jared. It's all about the wind today. Different directions, different times, different strengths, and impacting our temperatures. Right now it's a south wind. That's sending the flag at 90th and Dodge to the north. And well, temperatures at the moment are in the 30s, low 30s. The wind is really going to pick up around 10, 11 o'clock and gust up over 40 miles per hour into the afternoon. And it'll be from the northwest. So enjoy whatever warmth you get today. You're going to see 51 in the forecast for my high today. That's going to happen around lunch. And then we cool off. Look at that. We lose 15 degrees by 4 o'clock, and it'll be windy with that 36. So cold heading to work, cold and windy heading back home from work. And then notice by tomorrow morning, the wind chills will be down below 0 to start off the day and really struggling to warm. We get to about 26 for the high. That could be the coldest day we have for the rest of the year, though. Aaron?
Well, the investigation into the shooting death of a 6-year-old girl continues on. Law enforcement officials say there were more children at the home at the time of the shooting. Those children are now wards of the state.
Well, it is 7:28. We are back with another update for you in 25 minutes. We'll see you then.